Hey guys, thank you for clicking on this video. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, you have no idea how much I appreciate it. Today I'm going to be teaching you and telling you and just giving you little tips on how I made $1,300 in one day. So it's possible to make that, and I'm really excited about doing this venture again in the near future because I'm sure I'll make a lot more money than that. This was my second time with a festival booth in a market booth in a festival. That's what I'm trying to say. So I had a market booth. It was located in a festival, so it's like a concert grounds. And I was offering hair tinsel at my festival booth. This was just the second time that I've done this. It took a lot of planning and orchestrating in order to make it successful for me and something that I can do over and over and over again, and also something where I can reuse the tinsel and get the most of the money invested in the tinsel. Because if you have used hair tinsel before, you may know that it can become like a rat's nest and just become a big mess. It gets all tangled up and then eventually you just throw it out. That happens to me, has happened to me in the past. But I have figured out a way to organize the hair tinsel. So if you go back and watch my video that I just posted before this one, I go into detail on exactly how I actually organized the hair tinsel so I can get the most use out of it. In this video today, I'm going to be talking more about my setup at my second festival, because I got way better with my setup at the second festival versus the first one. And we're also going to we're going to talk about the setup, and then we're going to talk about how it went, and I'll show you my booth. I'm making this video really quickly. I have about half an hour between now and my next client in the hair salon. So I'm just putting this video together because YouTube has an algorithm that wants us to post all the time in order to be successful on YouTube. So I'm trying really hard to be successful on YouTube, and I'm trying to do it by letting you guys know some useful information on how you can either do your own hair or make money. In this case, it's how to make money. So we're talking about making money with a hair tinsel booth at a market, which can be a market in a festival, a market in a carnival, a market at a like a local market, like a flea market, wherever they have markets. But it is really important to choose your location wisely. So I chose to do it at a concert where they have a little market available for shopping prior to the concert and during the concert. The reason that I chose a concert location is because people are having drinks, and who doesn't want a nice shiny little piece of hair tinsel in your hair when you're having drinks, right? And it was hugely beneficial. The first time that I did it, I was at a festival, but I did it in the daytime hours where the drinks weren't really flowing. I wasn't really in like a market area. I was a market booth, but I was kind of like just with one other booth person that had nothing to do with hair tinsel, and it just didn't sell it very well. It still did really well, and I was very happy with the results, but I was much happier with the results from this festival I just did. So let's talk about that a little bit. So like I said, if you need to know how to actually organize your hair tinsel, that's in my previous video before this one. What I noticed with the last setup, here, I should show you some of the setup actually. Let's just do some B-roll.
You have to be.
Okay guys, so that was my setup from day one, festival number one, and I improved on that a lot. We're gonna talk about that in a minute here, but I just wanted to point out to you what you saw there was like I just had some hair tinsel hanging. I had a basic sign, chalkboard sign, and just a little spot to do the hair tinsel on people. And I also had like all my daughter and husband's stuff just like packed away in the corner there and kind of looked messy inside the tent. So let's look at my setup from this festival. Sorry guys, I had to silence this video because there would be some copyright infringement from the concert that's playing in the background. Okay guys, so that is the setup from festival number 2, where I had improved the setup a lot. I did make a picture frame that says pick your color and pick your style. So basically took all the questions that I was getting over and over and over again from festival number 1, and I made it all obvious for people so that I didn't have to answer the same questions over and over again. And so people knew what I was selling, because if you just say I'm selling hair tinsel, people have no idea what you're talking about. So yeah, I had a picture frame that says pick your color and shows all the colors that I offer. I had a little write-up that says pick your style above that. And that just means pick if you want 1 microbead, 2 microbeads, or fairy hair. And then I also had a little chalkboard sign, which I had created just a couple days before by like painting an old piece of wood. And on that sign, it just says hair tinsel, and it says what it is. So a lot of people were asking me the first time, how do you put it in? So it says applied with a microbead. A lot of people were asking me, how do you take it out the first time? So it says easily remove it at home. It lasts up to 6 weeks. Obviously, people want to know how long it lasts, and that really helps sell it when you tell people that it lasts up to 6 weeks, because some people think it's just like something they're going to get for one day, and then they don't want to spend the money on it. But when you tell them that it lasts up to 6 weeks, they're like, oh, okay, and it suddenly seems more worth it. Another thing I wrote on that board is that I do accept debit, credit, and cash, because yeah, people just kept asking me that in the first week, and some people were like assuming that I can't take debit or credit, but I can. Which also I highly recommend. If you have any way to accept debit and credit, also do that, because it's great to give people the option to pay anyway. So you don't want them walking away from your booth with the intention of coming back, because a lot of the time they won't actually come back. What I want to do next is just show you how I made these boards. This is the first one that we're going to talk about. Pick your style and pick your colors. So let me just show you how I made it. Okay guys, so here I am making it. I just used a picture frame. I used the backer from the picture frame and I painted it black. And then I just printed out all the wording that I wanted it to say on paper and glued it, cut it and glued it on here. And then in order to stick the tinsel on here and showcase it, I used double-sided tape. So that was really handy, double-sided tape to showcase the tinsel. Okay guys, so yeah, I just wanted you to see, this is the end results of that board there. So it's pretty straightforward, right? Pick your style, pick your color. I did adjust my pricing a little bit from the first one. So $20 for 1 microbead, I was $25, 2 for $30, and $60 for fairy hair, which is the 6 microbeads around the head. You know, I was offering more options on the first festival, but like it just confused people. So just keep it simple. They just need a couple options to pick from. And then I didn't really make much videos of me making this sign, so I just wanted to show you. This is a sign that actually like sits on my table. This was an old thing I got from a thrift store. It was like apparently something that like sits in front of fireplaces. And yeah, I just painted this with some chalkboard paint and then made my sign, which just tells you what you need to know about getting hair tinsel and about my booth, what I offer. So many people stopped and read these signs and didn't ask me questions and just told me what they wanted, and they would get it done or they would walk away. So it saved me a lot of hassle by having this signage. Okay, and next we're just going to look at a little video of the festival in full swing when it's busy. And again, I had to silence this video because there would be copyright infringement if I didn't, because Nickelback is playing in the background. So as you can see, the festival was going into the evening there, and I have like my sparkly tinsel up in the back of the booth, and my tinsel got a little bit messed up, but that's okay. If you go back to my other video, it's not a problem. I can detangle that tinsel with my innovative way that I have set up to keep it organized. Okay guys, so it is the next day now because I couldn't get that video all done in one day because I'm a salon owner with a fully booked clientele and I just got too busy. So I just wanted to go over a quick little recap here of the first market that I did, the second market that I did, and what you can expect starting this. So the first market that I did have some merch for sale on a table. For the second market, I completely scrapped that. I had no merch. I just did hair tinsel, and I suggest you do the same. Forget the merch. It's going to be the lowest investment if you just do hair tinsel, for one, because sitting on inventory is always a scary thing. You never know if someone's going to buy it, and then you're like potentially in debt too, or just like you've spent a lot of money on it and you want your money back. So forget the merch and just do hair tinsel, keep it simple. And also make sure that you're in a great location. I am blessed that I was able to do this at an actual concert venue where people are having drinks. I do think that alcohol and shiny things kind of go together, so if you have a chance to do it at a place where they are serving drinks, I do recommend it. People tend to be a little bit looser with their wallets and want the shiny things more when they're drinking. Not to say you can't do it anywhere else. I also think that a carnival would be a great place to do it. My next one that I'm gonna do might be at a carnival. I've started looking into some local carnivals because a lot of kids are interested in this, and a lot of the parents are happy to spend money on their kids if it makes them happy, of course, and makes them excited. It's something, hair tinsel is something that is exciting and fun for all ages. Honestly, I've done it on people as young as 3 years old and as old as 75 years old, and everywhere in between there. My most interested demographic at my market that I did most recently was around the 20 to 30-year-old range, maybe 18 to 30. But I think that will depend on the area that you're in and everything too. I think that it basically applies to almost everyone. Almost everyone is intrigued by it and interested in it, and it's something fun to do to your hair that doesn't actually alter your hair. Now you're probably really interested in like how much money I did make, and so this was the second market that I've done offering hair tinsel. I have a lot of things still to perfect and make look better and more appealing, but I did bring in a gross income of $1,300. So just myself installing hair tinsel. I wasn't busy all day, but there was multiple times where I did have a lineup of people. And yeah, I made $1,300. My cost for doing this, it did cost me $300 to have that booth at that location. So that brought my income down to $1,000. And in terms of how much I actually spent on the hair tinsel, it's pennies, honestly. The amount of money I spent on that hair tinsel for that whole festival couldn't have been more than $22. So yeah, that's a pretty good profit there. I made just under $1,000 in actual net income. I grossed $1,300, and that was only my second festival. I'm sure it will get a lot better from here moving forward. Do please subscribe to my channel if this has interested you, and like this video or comment. Anything you can do to help me grow this channel will help me continue to bring you valuable information. So thanks very much for clicking on this video, and if you're still watching, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm really happy that we're here. And you can also, if you subscribe to me, I do go live often, and we can just like hang out. You can ask me any questions you have. So yeah, subscribe, turn on notifications. Bye.